Hello Fanshawe, welcome to the new winter semester. I'm Ali Alkhatib and I'm thrilled to kick things off with Dr. Susan Cluett, our new Senior Vice President Academic. I'm eager to get to know her better and to share her story with you, the Fanshawe community. Now, is it Dr. Cluett, Susan? What do you prefer?
Susan, please.
Well, Susan, it's such a pleasure to have you here with me today. Many would have spotted you in the halls or would have worked with you in various roles, but I want to get to know you on a more personal level. So when you're not at the college, how do you like to spend your time?
If I'm not here at the college, I'm probably at home, enjoying time with my family, and I might even be in the kitchen cooking.
I like to eat, so fantastic, right? That sounds wonderful. What kind of hobbies do you like?
Well, besides cooking, I took up knitting during the pandemic, and I can tell you there is nothing more calming and meditative than spending some time knitting, and I highly recommend it for anyone as a new hobby.
That's lovely. Can you share a little bit more about your family?
Sure. So I live in Tillsonburg with my husband, Jamie. He's a family physician and has had a practice there for years. Our two sons, Jonathan is an obstetrician gynecologist out in Lethbridge, Alberta. And our younger son, Cameron, lives in Tillsonburg with his family. Three young children, Carson, Bennett, and Foster, ages 5, 3, and 1.
Wow, I have a little one myself, so I know how much joy they can bring. Now let's switch things up. Just share the first thing that comes to mind. Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Sun or snow?
Sun.
When you're working, silent or music?
Usually silent, but if I'm in a long project, I love to put on Bach, Goldberg Variations piano.
I didn't take you for a rap fan, so there you go, right?
No.
Sweet or salty?
Oh, salty.
Snacks.
Salty.
Favorite music?
Classical.
Mac or PC?
Mac all the way.
Perfect. Can you walk us through your career journey and how it led you to where you are today?
Sure. My career began as a newly graduated engineer from Queens, and I moved out west. My husband and I moved out to Calgary, and I was working as a reservoir engineer in the oil and gas industry with Shell. After spending some time in that role, we moved back to Ontario, and we were raising a young family, and I was exploring the opportunity to teach at Fanshawe College. I learned about an opening for someone to teach, and it was right in the line of my expertise, teaching science and math in the engineering technology programs. And I've never looked back. I loved my experience teaching here at that time. And I taught for quite a while as a part-time faculty, partial load, sessional. I did some co-op consulting work. And that eventually led into a full-time teaching position in the School of Health Sciences, teaching math in pre-health science. From there, I moved into my first administrative role as the chair of the School of Health Sciences. And then eventually I became the dean of the Faculty of Access, Language and Regional Campuses. But that was my most recent position until coming into this new role as Senior Vice President Academic.
That's great. What are your top 3 goals in this new role?
Coming into this role, I would say my first goal for all of us as a team would be to work toward a new academic strategic plan. We are just wrapping up our 5-year integrated master academic priorities plan, and it's time to refresh that. But as a college, we're also at the same time reviewing our strategic priorities for the entire college. And so I'm interested to move the work forward with the academic strategic plan in conjunction with the broader framework. That would be my first goal, the academic strategic plan. Second goal would be to foster and instill a spirit of collaboration and support for one another as an academic team. When I think of all of us who work together in support of our students, I'm really motivated to ensure that we are supporting one another and embracing those opportunities to collaborate across schools, across departments, across divisions. My third goal would be simply to focus on opportunities for expanding our students' learning opportunities. So I think of exploring new programs that are underway right now in development. I think about the opportunities for flexible programming and different kinds of programming that'll meet the needs of our lifelong learners all the way through their journey, whether they're newcomers to college or amidst their post-secondary career, or whether they're coming back to school as a career professional looking to upskill.
I'm sure that the teams and individuals that you'll be working with are very excited to get started and are probably a little bit curious about your leadership style. So how would you describe your style of leading?
I think of back when I was studying for my doctorate in educational leadership, we spent some time studying leadership models, and I certainly recognized as we were exploring these different models, I recognized in myself that servant leadership is the model of leadership that really resonates with me. I am very motivated to support and champion and encourage the people who work with me. And so as a leader, I see my role is to ensure that the opportunities for their growth are available to them, that I champion their work, that I am building opportunities and supporting them as they grow in their careers. So in that respect, I really feel that my role is to support and serve the teams that I lead.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights on your leadership style. Speaking of inspirations, have you read any good books lately?
Well, the book I'm reading now most frequently is a book I'm reading with my grandchildren. And if you haven't read it, you have to pick this up for your kids. It's called The Book with No Pictures, and it is absolutely hilarious. You'll have a blast reading it with your kids, and you won't read it just once. They'll want to hear it again and again and again. However, I expect you're thinking of something a little bit more mature for my response to reading a good book. As a result of participating in the All My Relations program last fall, I find myself leaning to picking up books that explore Indigenous ways of knowing, that explore the work of Indigenous authors. And so right now, I have Jody Wilson-Raybould's book, True Reconciliation, on my bedside. And it's one of many that I'm keen to explore to develop my own learning journey with regards to truth and reconciliation.
I'll have to check that out. Well, maybe both, right? Now, pretend you have a crystal ball and peer ahead 3 years. How does Fanshawe College appear to you?
Well, a crystal ball would be lovely.
Yeah.
We're certainly amidst times of change. However, I know that our values will always guide us. Always guide us. And so when I look 3 years into the future, I see a strong Fanshawe College. Fanshawe College that is delivering programs to meet the needs of our students and emerging employer needs. I see a college that is introducing new and exciting learning technologies, some of which we might not even know about now. I see a college that is demonstrating commitment to truth and reconciliation visibly. We're doing that now, and I see that work continuing. And in 3 years' time, I see a college with the hallways filled with students who are from all walks of life and are excited to be here to explore their learning journey with us at Fanshawe College.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, we're down to my final questions. I'd like to know more about what you love about Fanshawe. So what makes this place so special to you?
This place is like home. Fanshawe College is a very special place to work. It's a very special educational institution. And I think a lot of my colleagues here at Fanshawe share this same love for this place we call home. And when I think about my interactions with folks at other colleges and the times that I've met folks at other colleges, I think, oh, how lucky are we? This is the best college to work at.
I wholeheartedly agree. I want to let you get back to work, but I want to be sure we haven't forgotten anything. What have we not talked about that you want to make sure people leave with from this discussion?
I think I'd want to close with just sharing my admiration and respect for the faculty and staff who are supporting our students through their journeys. I think of the number of times when I encounter students and graduates out in community, and I'm always so proud when they tell me that they graduated from Fanshawe College. And I can tell you, they are singing the praises of their faculty and the folks who supported them on their journey. I love those moments. I also want to share my appreciation for our retired Senior Vice President Academic, Gary Lima. Gary led us with kindness and compassion, and I only hope that I can follow in his footsteps and share that intention to support each other with kindness and respect. And I can't thank our President, Peter Devlin, enough for having the trust in me to take on this role.
That's amazing. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. I know I can speak for many when I say we're very excited to see what you make of your new role and for the impact that you bring. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Ali.
Yeah.